What's up, guys? And welcome to another episode of The Gel.
The Gel, where you gonna get this tea and this gel.
This used to be a little bit more of what you used to say. You can get a little bit of tea. I don't know what you used to say, but we're not getting into that today.
You get a little bit of the tea. No, now you're putting me on the spot.
Well, today, I kind of wanted to, start this episode. We usually just talk about some random stuff, things that's been on my mind. And recently, I moved into my own apartment, and I have anime everywhere. And me and Taylor, after her lease is over, we're thinking about moving in together, or we better be moving in together. Actually, as you know, babe, I love anime. I love even just regular cartoons. I love just the culture of entertainment, and I like that to be representative in my household.
Correct.
So our crib is kind of gonna look like what you see in my house today. So when is my love for anime too much for you, babe?
Guys, so I don't have a problem with any ounce of his love for anime. He can love it to the moon and back.
Okay.
But, okay, if we're living together and we're staying, I don't want anime in the living room. I don't want posters of anime all over the place. He's also playing.
Wait. You don't want posters of anime in the living room, but you want me to go to freaking Marshalls and Home Goods and get these pieces everything posters and put it all over the house. No, home is everything. Home is where the heart is.
I never said that.
She wants you to put all these random posters.
I never said that.
Yeah.
This is your house.
Yeah.
So you can have it wherever you want. I'm saying when we live together, I don't want Goku hanging on my ceiling and Vegeta over there battling him. That's not what I want. I want Pops on my
What do you want then? What do you want then?
Not that. I don't know. More of a homie,
that is
nice.
Home.
No, that's your man cave.
No, that's home, babe. That's
Anyways,
home.
I have no problem with it. That's his home, my home. See, my traditional home, if it were just me, I would never have the anime in it, which is fine. That's what the compromise is. But I don't need it in my walk-in living room like anime people everywhere. No, that's just not what I want. You can even have a piece here and there, but everywhere where it's on here is this guy, there's that guy, this wall's him, this wall's that. That's a bit much. I don't mind if it's one guy here or there.
I think we can incorporate it in a way where it's it looks cool and it fits the aesthetic of the house. You can't tell me I can't have it because
I never did.
You basically just said that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Especially
I would like to hear what you want. I never said that.
Guys, how is a Home Goods poster ever better?
I don't want that
everywhere.
I don't want that, and that's something you actually like, not what I like. It could be a mix of everything. We also don't know. We have to just see how things fit in, what type of furniture we have, what type of space we have, where whatever can fit.
So if we had if we had 4 walls, right? 4 walls.
I would hope we do.
How many of those walls can I put something on?
That's not how it works.
Well, no, I'm just saying, just to give them as a very basic example. 1 wall, so that means you get 3.
No, not something's gonna be on every wall.
So how many walls you get?
1.
So then the rest of the walls are blank.
I don't know.
Because the other
some
2
might
walls.
have words, some might have lights.
Words? I don't want words.
Pictures. So okay, why is it all about what you want? What if I want words?
Alright, then we're gonna have to compromise.
Okay, exactly.
I'm gonna get my Vegeta statue in there, and you're gonna get your words. That's how it's gonna work out.
Whatever, babe. I just don't want it everywhere. That's it. I don't mind symbolism of it here and there. You're gonna have your bookshelf with your manga. You're gonna have your wall stuff. You're gonna have your pops. Everywhere right now in here is anime, which is fine. It's your house. But when we live together, we have to do a us thing. I don't know. We need to figure that out.
No, we can do an us thing. We can, I'm okay with that. I'm just saying that I would want some around it. That's it.
And that's what I said.
Some.
I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
Some.
All right.
So when I look to my left, there'll be Vegeta. And I look to my right, it's gonna be Eren Yeager, the season 4 one.
So then back to the original question. Then what would be too much?
Every wall, every stand.
Too
you
much
have it on your pillowcase,
too much where it's you can't identify that you live here.
Yeah, I don't want to be walking into a guy's home.
Okay, you want.
I want to walk into our house. If I walk into that every day, I will have some anxiety.
You and this anxiety thing, it gives me
no, seriously,
anxiety.
it gives me anxiety. No, real deal anxiety. But yeah.
No.
That might not give me real anxiety, but
yeah, I was gonna say
dealing with real anxiety, guys, have you dealt with real anxiety? It can come from anywhere. Any feeling that just escalates in your body and becomes this like overtaking problem of the mind. That's my anxiety.
I have a problem with you saying that.
Why? Why?
Because I feel like you let your anxiety take control of you, and then you use it as a crutch as you can't control it. Well, I feel like I understand that there's some things that you may not be able to control, and you acknowledge that. Mm-hmm. But then I feel like you feed into it as one of your weaknesses, and that's what I don't agree with.
Okay, and I get where you're coming from, but having anxiety, and anyone who has real deal anxiety knows, you can try to fight your way out of it. Sometimes you're like, oh, like you try to talk yourself out of it, but sometimes it just overwhelms you, overtakes you. Just like after some time, it's easier to like get yourself out of it. It's easier to deal with it and understand that this is anxiety and I'm okay. But the way it makes you feel suddenly and sometimes just out of nowhere, it's almost out of your control.
So there's never a point where you're like, when the anxiety takes control, you never like
try to talk myself out of it?
Yeah.
All the time. Like I know it. There's been times with you, like, or like an example. I don't even know if I want to go into this example.
Good.
This happens to me flying. Every time I fly, I know I'm going to be okay. You know, I hope, of course, I'm going to be okay. But also I know I'm going to be okay. And I know, you know, this is a normal 1,000 flights go out, hundreds of thousands, whatever, of flights are flying a day, a month, a week, whatever. And this is so normal. Everybody knows what to do, God forbid an emergency situation, things like that. But when it comes to flying, I hate takeoff. I'm freaked out probably the whole day before. That's why I try to fly in the morning so I don't like sit there and think about it all day like, oh, I'm flying later. But I know I psych myself out sometimes. I make myself think the craziest things. Like I research planes before my flight. Like I just think things like that.
I don't like to put it crazy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just part of my anxiety though. Like, and I almost put it on myself sometimes. I've gotten better though, to a point where I don't even talk about it. I'm like, I don't even want to address this. I have friends that I text, like Naomi before too, if I'm having like anxiety, like, oh, I'm about to take off, like, but you think I'm gonna be good, like things like that. I do. It's twisted. And I'm aware, and I know I'm freaking myself out. And I think now my steps that I've taken is just not even like trying to text you guys or even Naomi or like press you as much. Just like, yeah, talking about before, I'm like, just know you're gonna be okay. You're gonna do it regardless. So just deal.
I remember there was a time where you were excited to travel and you didn't mind about being.
Yeah. I used to love flying, like not love it, but I didn't think twice about it. I was like, let's go, whatever. Yeah. Didn't care, didn't worry me.
So what do you think what was the difference now between now and then? Like why are you so fixed on being anxious flying now than when you were back then?
Well, it started happening like 3 years ago now. And
was it like a flight that you felt turbulence?
No, it started like when I just developed random anxiety starting somewhere else. An incident that I'm not going to get into. But after that day, it was like every day was like and I never felt this way. I'm like, what? Like, what is going on with me? And then after that, I took a flight, and all of a sudden, like all those other anxious feelings I was having for other things also happened when I was on the flight, and I've never felt that way on a flight. And I'm like, why am I nervous? Like, why is this freaking me out? Because it never has freaked me out. I could fly no problem by myself with whoever. It doesn't bother me. But it started freaking me out, and to a point where I was like, I remember getting dropped off at the airport, and one of my friends was dropping me off, and she was talking to me, and I couldn't even like listen to her because I was so in my head like freaking out that I was about to fly, like freaking out, thinking the worst. I just think the worst before a flight.
But I feel like when your anxiety is kicking in, like you use it as a crutch.
No, I don't. I just use it because that's what it is. How is it a crutch? It's a freaking downfall. It's just, I hate having it.
I mean, that's what I meant, like, yeah, use it like a...
Because it's a real thing. Like and I just don't think you understand that. Also.
I know it's a real thing. I feel like, okay, I think I've experienced anxiety like you before.
I don't think he has.
I think I just haven't let it get control of me. That's how I feel like.
Exactly. This is the point where it's like, I know I'm having it. I'm trying to calm myself down, but it's like almost working me up sometimes doing that. Like, you're fine. You know how many times I've done that? Like, you're good. Like, you are fine. Like, don't worry about it. And not even just in flying, just other things.
Yeah.
In flying, I feel like I have my ways of coping now. Like, you know, when I check out the window 20 million times. Just so ridiculous. But, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that now. At least it hasn't gotten me to a point where I can't fly. You know? I feel like that's when it's really overtaking me.
Yeah, do you think
if it brings me to a... I don't think it'll get me there.
Okay.
I won't let it. If it gets me to a point where it's going to stop me from doing something, then it's going to be a real problem.
Okay.
But I don't let it stop me from doing anything. When it's in my mind, like I said, I'm just going to try to continue pushing it out. That's the best I can do. I realize it. I recognize it. I'm not naive to it. No,
I used to be. You know, it's crazy. Me and Taylor have had this conversation before. Yeah. And I was ignorant to the idea of anxiety because... Yeah. I see a lot of people that just, a lot of people in my life, they blame, like, I don't even say they blame, they say they have anxiety, and I see them, like, kind of lose control of, like a calmer version of themselves, and they kind of just lose it off the idea or off the fact that they have anxiety. I personally think, I used to think, like, I understand, I don't completely get the way it makes you feel because I'm not you. You know what I'm saying? But coming off the idea of what I think anxiety is and having felt what I think it is, I think I've experienced anxiety, bad anxiety, where it's just like I just have a feeling, I'm just like, oh, you know, I don't know, like, but I feel like it's almost to me it's almost like fear. And I'm just not a big believer of like letting that consume me. And I know you don't have a choice. You say you don't have a choice. You know, it gets control of you. You can't really control it. But for me, that's how I like to think of anxiety, is fear of something, or you know what I'm saying. And I never let myself lose that battle, which is why like it's hard for me to comprehend it being such an issue. For a long period of time.
Lose that battle? What does that even mean?
We've had plenty of these talks before. I get it. I was very ignorant to it before, and I even said that it doesn't exist. And I know it exists, and I'm sorry that I said that in the past. You know what's crazy? I'm so happy I thought about this before this episode was over. But when you went to the gun range, I really thought the gun range was going to help you with that. Because I feel like a lot of the times, like the stress and like you, like taking something like that, like I remember the first time I shot the gunshot, like I felt like so relieved because it was like, I've had, obviously before I shot a real gun, like I was scared, you know what I'm saying? I was worried about everything, like, and then once that shot is like released, you're like, wow. It was like this big stress reliever, and I really thought that
that was gonna be okay.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like this good, because I hear stories about a lot of people who like go to the gun range or something like that to kind of release some tension. You know what I'm saying?
No, it gave me tension.
Yeah.
I feel like you got so like mad that it gave me tension.
Yeah, I was kind of mad. I was kind of
why? Like how?
Because you were so afraid that you didn't want to keep going.
Not even just that too, but I didn't like it. Like I've never, granted, we don't want to do or try a lot of things, and sometimes we just do it. Fine, I'm glad I tried it. No, the tension didn't get released. I kept getting even more stressed, and I also just think part of my problem was the environment, not even just shooting the gun. It's being around people, a bunch of people with guns, and then my head goes to places like, what if somebody...
And that's the anxiety you let in the ring.
Well, I didn't like it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It's like letting, like, what if somebody's gun goes the wrong way? I don't have fun. It's not, and I didn't find it fun.
I feel like we can't have this conversation.
Yeah, we can because we just don't agree on it.
Yeah,
I don't know why he finds this such a problem.
No, my problem is I just don't agree with I don't agree with it, and I feel like
that's unfortunate for not me. There's gonna be things, yes, that I don't like, and if I overcome them, great. But a gun is probably one of the last things on my list. Parasailing's scary. I want to parasail though. Is there a problem if I don't go skydiving? Because I'm scared?
I somehow have a problem. You know I have a problem. I want to go skydiving.
And I don't. And is that a problem? You have a problem with me not wanting to go skydiving?
It's not a problem like life or death problem,
But you think it's my
obviously.
fear taking over me?
I do.
It's skydiving.
Like, if you're my partner, yeah, like you can
if you're my partner, you should understand.
I do understand, which is why I'm still your partner, and obviously will continue being your partner. I just
sure you're not gonna break up with me because I don't want to go skydiving. What about bungee jumping?
I want to do bungee jumping because it's more dangerous.
Oh, so now you're letting your fear get in the way.
No, it's dangerous.
And skydiving is not dangerous?
Skydiving is not dangerous? Bungee jump is more dangerous.
If you can't bungee jump, then you're letting your fear get in the way.
Okay, man. Whatever you say.
What's the difference between what you're saying to me? You have a logical reason behind. You have an answer for everything about me, so there you go. Bungee jumping is perfectly safe. They do it every day, just like skydivers.
Is there going to be a situation or something that you're afraid of that you're going to eventually do?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, parasailing.
Okay.
Did you not see Who Killed Sarah?
I didn't see
After that, I'm definitely scared, but that's something I definitely want to do still. And that's fine. Cliff jumping. Definitely scary.
You've done it.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well,
that makes sense. Don't act all crazy. That makes sense.
It got a little too confusing, honestly. I'm too
mad.
confused now at this point. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Taylor got mad.
Let us know what you guys think. I did not get mad.
What you did at the gun range is equivalent to flying to the top of the skydiving and don't jump.
I don't care. You continuing this conversation.
Why are you so heated?
I'm letting you know I don't care. I don't want to do it, and that's all. We don't need to continue talking about that.
Yo, why are you so mad?
We're
just having a conversation.
Okay, thank you.
Damn.
Yes, you're telling me what it's equivalent to as if it matters to me, and it's not equivalent to that because I actually shot the gun.
Yeah, you actually went into that high where you're gonna be jumping off.
It's called skydiving. The equivalent would be me jumping out into the sky.
No, because that means you're skydiving.
I shot the gun. I went to the gun range and I shot the gun.
No.
All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think about this. Sorry that it got so long-winded and dragged on because this annoying boy that's talking jump to the camera right now just gets on my nerves.
Relax.
Okay.
This is mine right here.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching.
Peace.